Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Today is Father's Day in the United States. Happy Father's Day. We're doing some Inbetweeners, which means I'm taking a children's book from the dollar store and adding stuff to it. Um, I think I have like three or four of these on the go, but in going through my room, I can't find any of them. So I think I left them all down at the beach so I wouldn't have to cart them back and forth. Have a set here, have a set at the beach. So I started this one new yesterday. And in going through some of my papers, just things that I have collected in the last 6 months or maybe 6 years that I love that will fit in this book are going in this book because I love just it is redundant, but I love looking through these books over and over. Like, oh yeah, I remember when I made that. I remember how it was raining so hard that day, or I remember that's the morning we saw the raccoon in the front yard, blah, 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 blah. It is, you know, it all corresponds in my head to something. And those memories are all as special as the piece of paper that's painted or played with in Procreate or a copy of something that I did or a printable from somebody else. Um, it is all in very, very, very vital in my life and very, 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 very important. And so I'm making a new book because I don't have them here. I keep looking for them in places that I might have tucked them. I'm like, oh, it's not there. Well, I'm running out of those spots now. So you would think it'd be on the shelf marked journals. No. The two shelves marked journals. No. So, anyhow, I am playing with a favorite shape, which is a circle-ish circle and or organic circle, and cutting out the middles, aka tearing out the middles. And this is my teeny bin of scraps of the teeny pieces. So I'm just going through this, whatever's on top, trying to make kind of like a grid. I was looking at different quilt patterns this morning, so I had like a grid in my head, um, I suppose, and this can be done 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different times, and never look exactly the same. It's kind of like a snowflake. They're all different. And I love looking at them. Um, and even though I'm stacking them, I'm still seeing pieces of each one showing through. And that was the thought process. And uh, actually, I love this. Um, and so there's a lot of this going on in this book, I would imagine. Sorry, I'm moving around. Sorry. Um, Real life editing. So, and then I added a few other little bits and bobs that were just sitting here waiting to be hole punched and having the time of my life. Just listening to the dog across the cove bark, listening to the osprey teaching their babies how to fly, and yelling at them, listening to the blue jays getting in a fight. Um, what else is going on? Listening to my husband coordinate with his daughter and our granddaughter about where they're going to go for lunch for Father's Day. So, yeah, yeah. It was so funny because my nephew stayed the night here, and my sister is at my other sister's house because neither one of us have enough room for both of them. Um, well, we do, but my nephew is a hermit, and so he needs his own special place that has to be like by himself for sure. So, um, anyhow, but it was so funny because the way our house is shaped, it's shaped like a U, and our bedroom has French doors onto the inside of the U, and across the U is the kitchen. And I saw him in the middle of the night with a flashlight looking for something to eat, I suppose. And the dog could see the flashlight moving around. And he's like, "Urgh, urgh, urgh." I'm like, what the heck? And then I could see the flashlight moving around. I'm like, oh. I said, it's just Austin. Go back to sleep, Gunner. But that happened a couple times. He's a nighttime person. Don't ask me. It's the younger generation. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. He's a good kid otherwise, so you take the good with the bad, I guess. But anyhow, so okay, back to the subject at hand. Other page, you can see Temple um, I don't even know what was underneath there now. Anyhow, you can see pieces of paper from all kinds of different projects. Um, and things that I have stamped on top of painted things, and just just very intuitively not thinking about any of this, how this can, enhance this spot, or maybe just use Stabilo here, or let's see if we can't dig through here and find something else more significant. Even just, things that were punched out and only the little pieces as frames are left. That goes down too. They really didn't want you to be able to read the words per se that were on that piece of paper from the Vietnam Journal. And for some reason, I'm doing lots of threes. I guess this is triple play here. This is triple play. That's what it's called. But having the time of my life, no matter what, takes away the angst of the news. Yep, the angst of the news removal is what this whole entire journal is going to be called. The angst of the news removal. And I just love it. And I already had glued some things in here before that were printables or pieces of painting that I love and don't want to tear up per se. But but I'm trying to skip pages so that it's not like, oh, this is the painting section. Oh, this is the collage section. Oh, this is the glued down section. No, I'm trying to skip pages, and I'm gluing like 3 pieces of paper together. 3 of the book pages together, so they're a little thicker. And just continue to play, removing the angst of the news, and having a grand old time doing it. Some I like, some I don't like by the time I'm done. This one is not my favorite, I have to say. But it'll be okay. And maybe I can glue something else on top of it and it'll turn into a favorite. It is just paper and paint. And just something to look at. So it doesn't have to be $1 million paintings. Obviously, it's not going to be. It's mine. But it all does what it's supposed to do. This one was kind of fun, actually. I went with my left hand and just scribbled. And then I'm scribbling that, adding water to it. And so I'm making it a bolder line. And then I went in, what did I go in with? Oh, little tiny pieces, the insides of some of those other pages that I had, the first collage I did. It's the little inside circles that I tore out. And then so those are mainly green. So now I'm going in and putting in more green, I think. Yeah, green circles, or wherever they ended up on that piece of paper that was painted. But then I'm adding more green with Stabilo, and I really like this one a lot. So see, not everyone has to be perfect. Not everyone is going to be your favorite, but when it works, it works. And that's the main thing. When it works, it works. Just something tedious with these little tiny just dabs of the green around the edges that are available. Fun. I wouldn't mind doing something like that again, actually. Maybe with a different color combo. I don't know, red and yellow. Let's try that. Okay, so here they all are. Glorious fun times this morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with more Inbetweeners.